we are back here on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. We are talking about one of the toughest jobs you can have, but also one of the most rewarding jobs you can have. It is the job of being a mom. I'm just going to keep this conversation going because I feel like we have a lot to talk about. Now, you all kind of mentioned that sometimes there is this stereotypical perception of black women, that we're not married, that this is our baby daddy. How frustrating is that to you? Because the realities are, in other communities, that's not the assumption.
Yes.
I think what gets under my skin the most is when people take it in the black community where it's sometimes looked at as a proud thing that you don't have children. That bothers me. Like when I see people post on Facebook and they'll say, I don't have any kids. And I'll say, well, I do, and I love my kids. And this is like something that I wanted to do, and I want to be there with them, and I enjoy raising them. And so I think for me, the stereotypes a lot of times that we're overcoming are from both without our community, because I've been, as a black stay-at-home mom, I mean, I can count on my hand. I used to live in New York. The amount of times I've been asked, are you the nanny, or are these your kids? Most people would just ask, are these your kids? And I'm like, yeah, they look like me. My kids look just like me. Yeah. So why wouldn't they be mine? So I think there's so much stigma around being a happy black mother. That's what I was saying. There's a lot of stigma around being a happy black mom.
That's a good point.
And you know what, that is a good point, because the realities are, there is a perception of us in society that we are angry black women, no matter what. And there's not any an ounce of anger at this table.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. That we're struggling, that we need help, you know, that someone has to rescue us. I think that, you know, all kind of ties into it as well.
And that we all do things the same. And that's the beauty about the Brown Mama Group, that we all do things differently, and we all pull and learn from each other because we do things differently. So because I nurse doesn't mean I'm looking down at somebody else. When I first had my first son, I was like, being a mother is the most competitive sport. I never knew it was a sport.
Wow.
Everything. If I was going to cloth diaper or not, if I was going to breastfeed or bottle feed, and all the other things. And then I realized, wait, I'm black. And then I was like, wait a minute. Some spaces that I thought were safe for me weren't safe for me because I didn't look like them, or my kids didn't look like them, or their grade of hair didn't look like theirs. So people would question, well, what are you doing with his hair? His hair grows like that, you know? And so being in Brown Mamas really helped me to combat the negative that the world would say about me, about who I am as a black mom, and for us to be able to go online or offline and say, this is how I'm feeling today, this is what I encountered today. And some other mom will say, so did I, girl. This is how we're gonna handle this, and this is, you can do this, you're able. And it uplifts, and so we can be a happy bunch of loving our baby Brown Mamas because of Brown Mamas.
Because of the organization. Now, in the commercial break, you mentioned that being a mom is tough.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter all these other things that we're talking about. It's tough.
It's tough, and it's quite enjoyable as well. And to be perfectly honest, that is one of the reasons that Brown Mamas is near and dear to my heart, is because I was one of those moms. I was single before, and then I was married, but just like a lot of the other moms, or all the other moms in a group, I can still identify with, you know, being each one of them, regardless of kind of where they are in the stream of things. And I think that because we have Brown Mamas, it helped me to understand that motherhood is supposed to be enjoyable. Excuse me. You're certainly going to have challenges, but overall, it's an amazing experience, and you have to enjoy the experience along the way. And this is where I've ever felt safest in doing that. Even my mom is part of the group, and my daughter is part of the group. And it's an awesome thing.
Well, I want to pick up on something that you said, that, I mean, there are perceptions about us as mothers, and then it becomes what we tell our kids. Like, I remember one time a little boy asked my daughter, does your hair come out of your head like that? And she was like, what? You know, because in her mind, she didn't even know what he was talking about. So there are things that we have to talk to our kids about that other folks don't.
Absolutely.
hardest conversation?
Absolutely. And I think because I have boys and quite a few of the mamas here have boys. So just having, and even when you have girls these days, because it's not just all the talks you have to have about things like police brutality, having talks with your kids about like with my younger two sons who've always been home with me because I homeschool them too. Before we would go out to the museum and stuff, like I would have to preface them like people would try to test them when we were out. Like if we would be out and they would say, why aren't they at school? And they would say, I'm homeschooled. And then people would say, well, do you know what 2 + 2 is? Or do you know this? Or do you know
serious?
That? Yes, I'm so serious. It happens all the time. Or people would say, well, what did you learn today? And I have to preface them now with like automatic responses. So when they say stuff like that, I just tell my sons to say, I learned something great today. What did you learn today? So, you know, it's just really difficult because of these constant assumptions that people make about you. And so now you have to bring it's like other people's junk into your home and preface events, conversations, just things that we should not have to do because we're just trying to do what everybody else is trying to do, which is just be a good parent.
Which is be a good parent.
Yep.
And I know we got to take another commercial break, but I want to, never mind, we'll take the break then come back. There's no easy answers to where I want to go. We have a lot more to do this morning on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. Don't forget, we're online at kdka.com. You can watch this conversation. You can take something away from it. We have more. Don't go away.